Okay. You've seen my last videos. A lot of those videos is for me as a target individual. Let me just kind of introduce myself properly. I'm a TI. I'm a target individual. Like many, you've heard before. I'm a human subject in a program run by governmental entities such as the DoD, the Department of Defense, and of course the intelligence community is involved in this, um, where they're utilizing this Department of Defense technology onto us. And this technology is extremely sophisticated. Extremely sophisticated. Not only is direct energy weapons, but it's technology that can do things to you remotely. And we are just human subject. There's nothing really we can do as civilians and just regular individuals against entities of that nature. They utilize this technology that can do so much to you, but not only the body, but what they can do to your brain. They manipulate thoughts, and it's, the things they can do is just fictional almost. The ability to manipulate your brain to think in certain ways. I've made a lot of videos about that, and I've brought up testimonials from others in regard of how they make us think, manipulate us. And we're just that. We're guinea pigs, basically. And then they have this trash. I call them trash. Not to say that this Department of Defense is not trash. Those are trash, but they are the higher rank trash. The trash I'm talking about are what is supposed to create a psyop, right? These people are supposed to make you believe anything but the reality that this Department of Defense entities are doing these things to us, right? These weapons are coming from there. They try to come up and paint a reality that's so falsified. They try to make it look like that this is not a governmental entity, but it's something else. They have different psyops, and you've heard Robert Dawkins saying lately, some people think that it's a government of the Chinese government, Russian government, this cult of whatever, satanic cults. One person thought it was the next door 14-year-old doing this, when in reality, it's a government. It's obviously a mass governmental entity, and these people are contracted, right? And they're contracted to do these things, and they do these tactics that are handbook tactics of like coming from intelligence community, utilizing Department of Defense technology. And so, for me, the psyop has been like, no, wait, you pay for what you did this and that, and if you didn't know, you'll be argumentative in the sense like, no, but I was, but you realize, I'm talking to people who are in a program where you've heard what they do. I'm not perfect, but man, I am a saint like, it's just, they do so much horrible things. They have been torturing women and raping them. At first they would try to be like, no, but remember what you did as a kid. Oh, look, and I made a video. You see a picture of kids in 8th grade. It's like, imagine, you talk about some dumb kid at that age who do something impulsive, they have to exaggerate and create. It's like, no, you damaged her. It's like, no, I did something to myself. This person doesn't even know me, doesn't even remember me. But what you guys do to children, you heard. They literally destroy these kids in sexual ways and torture them. That is for life. They will never be normal. These kids are doomed. Damaging the mothers and the children with Department of Defense technology. They are abusing children in ways that you can understand using Department of Defense technology. But with me, then it's like, okay, but what you did to this person, it's like, oh, for corning, for bringing, you gotta get raped for that. I'm like, what? I will never let people involved in what they do say the name of these women, knowing that I know what they do to women. Right now, it took me maybe 5 minutes to make a list of women who are in this program. Talks about how they get raped, tortured, destroyed. Let me just start with just a quick list. That was a quick one. I didn't take my time. There's way more than that. Way more than that. Kay Barnes, Kathleen Susan Francis, Kathleen Heckman, Dennis Pompo, Leslie Crawford, Kelly Kostler, Lori Brody, T. Josephine, Kate Nestor, Tanya Keller, Mariana, Patricia Kinsella, Linda Kimotek, Mary Fair, Lindsay Baldwin, Margaret Habib, Susan Honecker, Miriam Snyder, Mara, Katrina, Amanda Midler, Wendy Browns, Kina Jones, Cassandra Lewis, and Linda Marie. That's just a light, very light list. Didn't even take too much. What do these people involved in this deserve? These are a piece of shit. And they're here daring that we're doing for Courtney and Brittany. I'm like, what? Please, when I see you, do not say this name. Because I know that Kay Barnes, Kathleen Susan, Kathleen Heckman, Dennis Pomple, Leslie Crawford, Kelly Kostler, Glory Brody, T. Josephine, Kate Nestor, Tanya Keller, Mariana, Patricia, Linda, Mary Fair, Lindsay Baldwin, Margaret Habib, and the list goes on of women they are here raping and torturing. These people are delusional. These trash are like, yeah, you're nothing. It's like, yeah. Am I a nothing who's reading a list of women you're torturing or nothings that you're torturing? Exactly. And this nothing, this something can't even say the name of a pedophile. Every time I see them, I will make sure to say what I need to say. Nasty trash. In a program that they are being raped and tortured. It is fate that before this horrible things happen to me, I got to see everything. Because I'm one of these people. I'm one of these individuals. It would have been terrible if I went through this whole thing, suffering the way I'm going to suffer, and didn't even see this. Now it's a whole different thing. In my suffering, there's dignity. When I hear this trash, it tries to sound innocent. I won't. For me, when they talk to me via V2K, they try to sound childlike. To sound like they're just innocent, like not even, like they're just sincere being, that just care about women when they're involved in this. Kay Barnes, Kathleen Susan Francis, Kathleen Heckman, Dennis Pomple, Leslie Crawford, Kelly Kostler, Laurie Broad, T. Josephine, Kate Nestor, Tanya Keller, Mariana, Patricia, Linda, Mary, Lindsay, Margaret, Susan, Mary. And the reason why they wanted to create this fantasy of what they were. I will never let them do that. Some of them include children. Kenny Nestor literally said, me and my young child have been subject of this program. We've been tortured in this way, which has caused physical and psychological damage. Me and my young child. This is the shit that is involved in this program. I can never let these people do this. You involved in this, and then to find out, obviously, the entities that we're talking about in charge of this, I consider top tier in the sense that, and let me just say that in a common way because it's just overwhelming. The Department of Defense network, based on a study from child pornography surveillance, from Child Protective, they are considered top-tier network because they are within, out of 3,000 network in the United States, they were ranked number 19, which put them in the top tier in regard of network that has the most child porn shared between peer to peer. These tactics that they utilize on us target individuals, a lot of it also consists of the pedophilia type of torture. Matter of fact, when this man called Robert Duncan, who been just kind of working with target individuals all around the world, he surveyed 1,000. Out of 1,000, almost all of them, majority of them, were saying that they would implant child porn in their brain. Other target individual literally said they are trying to change who I am, making me think about children this way. Matter of fact, one of these women in this list said that they've been doing this program perversion and aiming this program perversion toward children. What they do to women is disturbing. What they do to children is even worse. because they're children. There's a family in this list. I don't know if I didn't even put it like in that list because this list is specific to only women. Their whole children, like they have 5 children. All of these 5 children were tortured in one way or another. I'd rather get feasted. I'd rather be tortured in every ways because I know why they're doing this to that level. They've been humiliated by the reality of what they're part of. They somehow wanted to escape. They're like, nah, it's fate. You see that? It's like, what? Yes, it's fate. It's fate that I've seen what you guys do to women and children. I see the tactics that you use. I see this top ranking that you got. I see the testimony that validates everything. That's all I've been praying for. I'm no different from Patricia Kinsella. Why am I special that it wouldn't happen to me? No. I'm one of many. I can never say why me, God, when I know this bunch of women being tortured this way. I could never. How can I be like, God, why me? Why me? Why? When I'm looking at the list of all these women, Leslie Crawford, I can never. I'm one of them. I'm not special from them. But now, these people have been humiliated because they wanted to be like, oh, you see, it's faithful. All this. It's like, what? No, it's fate that I got to see everybody. Not everybody. I got to see the testimonials of this woman that put things back in perspective. And in my brain, they're like, no, what you going to with you going to be worse? Oh, are you going to be torturing me worse than the way you torture women? You understand how illogical these people are? Yes, torture me worse because you've been humiliated. Don't torture me as madly you torture these women because they're not even tortured madly. They destroyed for years and they endure for years. I don't have this level of survival. I don't want to live 20 years of this torture. There's some women there that have been there decades of torturing in the horrible ways, but because they're strong in the sense that they can endure for so long, decades of that, which makes them a better subject in the sense that they can get the result they want for longer. Me, I will not. Listen, if I wanted to survive, I would not be here right now. I will not be in this location right now. I will not be here right now. I would. There's places where, yes, it follows you everywhere in the world. Everywhere it follows you. But here, it's definitely it's going to make it worse. But here, I got the validations. I could have traveled the world. I could have not traveled, but I could have left this country. I could have gone to different places where it was going to prolong things. I'm here because I'm not trying to survive. I don't care about survival as long as I see this low life for what they are. I could never let them live their fantasy. I'd rather starve in the street here while I know what's happening than being somewhere where I'll be out of touch with what's really going on. While I was here, mass shootings, the largest mass shooting of the year, the 10th in the U.S. history, was caused by a target individual who's pushed into insanity where he ended up getting his gun and shooting 18 people. I'm here when I look at this shit, I know that. And I know what they do to children. When they try to talk about me as a kid, I'm like, I know what you guys do to babies. Babies, I'm 3-week-old, fresh. I know. If you try to talk about me as a middle schooler, I heard somebody come out as a 4-year-old. Yes, 4 and 5-year-old. Because he was trying to talk about me as a kid doing this damn thing I did as a kid. I was like, wait, when you say 4-year-old, you don't think I'm going to think about the 4-year-old that you torture? You, an adult man, you think I'm going to forget that you torture 4-year-old and 5-year-old using the permanent defense weapon? Do you think I'm going to revert to thinking about a middle schooler, a child, doing some dumb thing? Do you understand how they want you to escape from the reality they're in? I can't. In every ways, I've been validated. These people want to get lost in the torture that they think is going to change reality. Nothing. What do you think is going to change? You've been raping women in ways that are just disturbing. Using remote technology. And like, no, but it's going to be our rape. No, what's going to happen to me is because of these entities that do these women, that do these things to these women. You could do nothing of this nature to me if you're not in the program that does these things to women. Some of these people doing this thing to me have had experience doing that to women. And they're proud about it. They'll be like, no, you're not our first. Yeah, now I understand. It's like, okay. Some people were like literally saying, we've done this to more innocent people than you. Kay Barnes, Kathleen Susan Francis, Kathleen Heckman, Denise Pumpo, Leslie Crawford, Kelly Cussler, Lori Brody, T. Josephine, Kate Nestor, Tanya Keller, Mariana, Patricia Kinsella, Linda Kimotek, Mare Fair, Lindsay Baldwin, Margaret Habib, Susan Honecker, Miriam Snyder, Mara, Katrina, Amanda Mindler, Wendy Brown, Kina Jones, Cassandra Lewis, and Linda Mary. That's what they're talking about. I will never let this trash live their fantasy. And the way they abuse children, to my target individual, for me, when I make these videos, it's not going to change their outcome. But for this trash who wants to do these things and maintain this persona where they somehow want to look like the Avengers or something like that, when Kay Barnes, Kathleen Susan Francis, Kathleen Heckman, Denise Pumpo, Leslie Crawford, Kelly Cussler, Lori Brody, T. Josephine, Kate Nestor, Tanya Keller, Mariana, Patricia Kinsella, Linda Kimiotek, Mary Fair, Lindsay Baldwin, Margaret, and they're doing something on my tongue to mess with me, Margaret Habib, Susan Honecker, Marianne Snyder, Mara, Katrina, Amanda Mindler, Wendy Brown, Kina Jones, Cassandra Lewis, Linda Mary. You know what they say? For corny, for brain, do ever, and this is just a light. This is just me, like, just quickly putting things, put like names of few of the women's. This can go further. I think I can get to 50 close. These people are disgusting. That's the horrible things they do. So do not mention Corny or Brainy because she could be one of these people. Kay Barnes, Kathleen Susan Francis, Kathleen Heckman, Denise Pumpo, Leslie Crawford, Kelly Cussler, Lori Brody, T. Josephine, Kate Nestor, Tanya Keller, Mariana, Patricia Kinsella, Linda Kimiotek, Mary Fair, Lindsay Baldwin, Margaret Habib, Susan Honecker, Marianne Snyder, Mara, Katrina, Amanda Mindler, Wendy Brown, Kina Jones, Cassandra Lewis, and Linda Mary. They will destroy these people. So I don't even waste my time trying to argue with this. What is this here? Trash. When I see this piece of shit trying to play this woke and feminine, it's like, oh, you nasty bottom feeders. People who are involved in this and try to portray this facade on top of that, they deserve something even worse than that. And the mothers, what they do to children, you've heard it. You heard this. Can you imagine? This program use these extreme sophisticated weapons that can do so much damage to your body, to your mind, in these remote ways, implementing these things to a child, to babies, making them sick, using babies as guinea pigs, basically, causing them to have rashes and then stop these rashes, then making them blind, and then onto infants, and then the sexual torture. I'd rather die, be blinded, suffer in every ways than having to counter this reality. And for me, when they try to bring me as a kid, piece of shit. You are here killing kids and you want me to think about me as a child. To all my target individuals, stay strong.